Started at 8 o'clock this morning. Ended at 6 o'clock. 10 hours of fishing. That's 140, boy. That's 140, boy. And I gave 2 to the kids. We go get them, baby. Yeah. I went on the high street. I caught 30 in 1 hour. Oh, man. Daddy started at 8 o'clock.
Shalom. Call Loyamla. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechak. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Boosie Badazz catches 142 fish. But these fish are all catfish. All right, and catfish is biblically unclean. Okay, and this man caught 142 fish, and as you can see, if you look closely, you can see the whiskers on them. That's all catfish. That's all catfish. See? This is all catfish. So he caught 142 unclean fish. And Boosie Badazz, it seems like he just has an appetite for unclean foods. Okay. So this is going to be another lesson basically touching on the milk, because people tend to think that you can eat anything now, because the Apostle Paul said that all things, let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Thanksgiving. It says prayer and thanksgiving in the verse. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which God have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. So what are those meats which God have created to be received with thanksgiving? What are those meats? It's talking about the clean meats. There were unclean meats and there were clean meats. Even during the time of Noah, I believe, let me see something real quick. Because even during the time of Noah, right. This is Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. And the reason why he took more clean than unclean is because they had to use the clean for food. So there you have it. Even during the time of Noah, okay, you had clean and unclean beasts. And this was before the law was given. So the meats that the Heavenly Father, as it says here in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3, we'll read verse 1 through 3. It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressively that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Right, because the Heavenly Father, it tells you that Yahweh Shai came not to give a new commandment, but an old commandment. Basically the keeping of the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And so I say that to say, this new age the New Age world religions, okay, Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, uh, Egypt, whatever, theology and all that bull crap. All of those things are new things, doctrines of devils. Those are all seducing spirits that people in the latter times, they're falling away from the biblical principles. This society and this world, because the scriptures say that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, pursuant to Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse. And so this world has fallen away from all type of biblical principles of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. And that's those doctrines of devils, even these false Israelite camps and groups, okay? Because if you're teaching a lie, you're teaching a lie. It don't matter if you identify as an Israelite. All the false prophets back during the time of Jeremiah, Hananiah knew he was an Israelite. You know, who was that? Eli, the high priest, his sons were wicked, but they all knew that they were Israelites. So you're going to have false teachers and false prophets that know that they're Israelites as well. So 1 Timothy 4, verse 1, I'll get to the point. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Right, like saying that you can eat unclean foods. When the Heavenly Father clearly from the beginning, he said, yeah, he have made some clean and some unclean. It says speaking lies and hypocrisy. So the Heavenly Father, basically, he went into detail. He allows us to go into detail into what is clean and unclean because he gave the law to his servant Moses. It says speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. That's somebody who's destined to never understand the truth. It says in verse 3, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats, which God hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. Right? And so that's talking about you, it says forbidding to marry, because that's the type of society that we're in, and commanding to abstain from meats. People are telling you that you have people on social media, they teach that meat is poison and it's bad to eat meat because the animals and there's some truth to that, because when you slaughter the animal, you know, there's a certain way you're supposed to kill the animal. You know, there's true that they do torture these animals, and you know that does cause trauma in the food, and you know it throws everything off. It creates a chemical imbalance. So all of those things are true, but at the same time, this is why we have prayer. This is why we have faith. This is Yahushua said that they shall drink the poison of serpents, roughly paraphrasing, and live. It tells you in Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, that we shall eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles. You see? So everything that we eat in this society is tainted, is poisoned. It's not like it was in the Garden of Eden. Okay? A lot of stuff is GMO. A lot of stuff they will tell you is man-made. You know? And catfish is unclean. It says, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which the Heavenly Father have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. Right. You got you got Hebrew Israelites who are vegan. But then how they going to keep the Passover when it's time to eat lamb? You're going to eat the lamb then, you know? And then they trying to recruit other people to being a vegan Israelite. Look, you can do that if you want to, but you ain't supposed to be trying to push that. Like I said, like it's something wrong with the clean meats. The Heavenly Father created meats that are clean, and we can eat those. But that don't mean that you can eat any meat. This verse right there don't mean that you can eat any meat. And that's why I pulled Genesis chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean, by two, the male and his female. Right? And so just to prove and show which fish you can actually eat, the fish have to have fins and scales, right? And we know catfish only has fins. It doesn't have scales. This is Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9. It says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. So it says it has to have fins and scales. That's the requirement of anything that's in the waters. Okay, everything that's in the waters that doesn't have fins and scales, it is unclean. So you can use your brain and you could think about the different creatures that are in the waters that people eat that don't have fins and scales. You should not be eating it. And this man just caught 142 of them. And he the same man that said he would flick off the Most High, and the Most High, because the Most High said you're not supposed to eat swine. And he said that he would stick up his middle finger at the Heavenly Father. That's what Boosie Badazz said. So the Heavenly Father got a special judgment for this dude, and now the Heavenly Father about to have him devour 142 catfish over the next year. You know, his damn heart gonna explode, man. It says Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9, these shall you eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. So catfish is an abomination because it doesn't have fins or scales. Okay, and let's look up this word abomination in the Hebrew. The word is shakwataza. Shakwataza.
Strong's H8263. Shekets. Shekets.
It says the detestable thing or idol, an unclean thing, an abomination, detestation, an idolatrous object, filth. So the catfish is a filthy animal. You know, you could do research on the catfish. Catfish are not, you know, you study the catfish, you'll be like, damn, I don't want to eat that. When you understand what they do on a day-to-day basis, when you understand what a shrimp does on a day-to-day basis, you say, I don't, a shrimp is the roach of the ocean, man. You know, a shrimp is the roach of the ocean. Which means that they're scavengers. They eat the carcasses and the feces that fall to the ocean's floor. And you still gonna have simple Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are Israelites, who are gonna do like Boosie, and in the spirit, you know, they're gonna tell the Most High, forget you, man. You know, and they're gonna go and eat that swine's flesh, and that's in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 65 and verse 2. I'm gonna start at 2. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. A people that provoke of me to anger continually to my face, because you still gonna have, because the information is out there about the laws, statutes, and commandments, about which foods are clean and unclean. All of you people, you know, I'm talking to, you know, people who may have stumbled across this video, you know, or you're a new listener, you know, myself included. Not that I'm a new listener, but myself included, because I'm not exempt. But we all know what's clean and unclean, man. You know, people know that pork that there's certain things that's wrong with pork that affects your health. You know, people know that there's certain things that's wrong with crab, and they know that a crab is a bottom feeder, but they still go and eat that shit. They still go and you know, stop. How did they say? You push up. You like push up your nose at the Most High. You know. Isaiah 65 and 3, are people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the groves. and lodge in the monuments, right? Because they used to worship the idols in the fields. Oh, not Salaki. It says, verse 4, which remain among the graves, not the groves, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels, right? Like chitlins. You know, they'll make a broth and they'll put chitlins, and, you know, they'll put shrimp in the soup, and they'll put, you know, all these different abominations, crab and whatever else, man, oysters. They'll eat that. Jake actually eats that, man, and they got the nerve to put on a bib, they put on gloves, you know, they put on a big ass bib, they put on gloves, and they got the crabs in a big ass bag, you know, and they got the nerve. Look, all that PPE, that's called PPE, protective equipment. All that PPE is not gonna save you from the disease that you're gonna get from eating them crab, shrimp, and lobster, man. You know, and it's really like mockery, you know, and it's just ignorance. The Lord said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. He said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt not be a priest unto me. You see, so that's why certain people are not going to come into this truth, because the Heavenly Father have rejected them, because they have rejected the knowledge of the Lord. So anyway, just a quick hit, Lord. This is edifying. Call me out, Shalom.